How many times have you witnessed this scenario? The NBA franchise signs a superstar or trades for amazing role players, creating a massive hype for the upcoming season. Everyone sees only the positives, and plans for the championship parade are being made. Then, somewhere along the season, people realize things are not all sunshine and rainbows. Even worse, sometimes they don't crack before the playoffs, and in the worst case scenarios, the NBA Finals. Then, after having a miserable ending of the year, the public is looking for someone to blame, and all we're left with is a bunch of people creating drama by pointing fingers at each other. What usually gets these teams is their inability to spot the problems early on and make the right adjustments in time. However, when your star players are immature beyond any reason, there's not much you can do. Hello basketball fans, and welcome to Hoop Vision. Today, we're talking about some of the biggest NBA letdowns, teams that sounded great on paper but went home empty-handed. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It takes only a second, costs nothing, and will give you access to more basketball stories. Number 1, LA Lakers, 2004. In basketball terms, everything was perfect in Los Angeles at the beginning of the 03-04 NBA season. They have been dominating the league for the past 3 years and had just added Gary Payton and Karl Malone, both looking to crown their long careers with a championship ring. In all honesty, the Lakers looked like the best place to do so. Kobe was still young and Shaq was at the top of the hill, but something else would sabotage their chance of success that year. Both players had a massive ego, which never leads to a good outcome, at least when team sports are involved. Still, they managed to steamroll through the regular season on pure talent and skill, taking the second seed behind Minnesota with 55 wins. In the playoffs, round 1 Rockets were no match, and the Spurs didn't put up much of a fight in the semis as well. Everyone thought the Wolves would pose a problem since they were coming off of a historic season led by KG, but the Lakers didn't have much trouble getting past them. However, the biggest shock came during the finals. People knew the Pistons were good, but no one expected a gentleman's sweep from them, especially against the Hall of Fame stacked Los Angeles. After losing 4-1 to Detroit, the Lakers had to make changes, resulting in Shaq getting traded to Miami. As we know, LA had to wait until 2009 to have another title celebration, and that's as close as we got to witnessing the 4P in the NBA. Number 2, Phoenix Suns, 2004 to 2010. If one team deserves the bad luck excuse, it's the Suns during the Steve Nash era. These guys would be perfect all year long and then mess up in the playoffs. Still, it would be easy to throw shade at them if they choked, but it wasn't like that. They just happened to have everything working against them. Either their stars would get injured, suspended, or the opponent would go godlike mode and hit a game winner. Either way, the Suns would always get the pointy end of the stick. From 2004 to 2010, Phoenix averaged 55 wins per season, went to the Western Conference Finals 3 times, and completely changed how offense was run in the NBA. Some people say these Suns paved the way for the Golden State Warriors to emerge, and they're absolutely right. You know who the GM of Phoenix was back in those days? None other than Steve Kerr. Nash and Stoudemire were a brilliant pick-and-roll couple, helped by Joe Johnson and surrounded by some of the most amazing role players in Shawn Marion, Raja Bell, and Barbosa. Still, it wasn't enough to get over the hump. In 2004, they were stopped by the Lakers. In 2005, the Spurs didn't let them into the NBA Finals. Again, in 2009, Kobe and Pau were just too angry from last year's loss to the Celtics to let the Suns get past them. All 3 times, Phoenix seemed to be just a step from their opportunity to compete for a championship, and all 3 times, they failed. Number 3, Miami Heat, 2011. Now, it's hard to label Miami as the unsuccessful franchise. After all, they aren't. But the reason they're on our list of teams who massively disappointed is the unreal amount of hype that existed around them at the time. LeBron went on a TV special to deliver the news of joining the Heat. The team promotion was something similar to a Drake concert. Miami proudly stated, "Yes, we did." They had the best record in the league behind the Bulls and went on to destroy everyone in the playoffs, including those Bulls led by their MVP. The Heat were supposed to be a menace, and on the other side they had Dallas, a team that climbed their way through the West, passing by the Blazers, Lakers, and OKC. Everyone thought the finals were over before they even started. Everyone felt sorry Dirk couldn't complete his run with a fairy tale ending, except he did. Miami crumbled and lost to the much older, slower, and less athletic Mavs. People in Florida couldn't believe it, and people in Cleveland were probably even happier than people in Dallas. Bottom line was, the Mavs ended up going home with a title, while LeBron took a massive hit from the media, which he used as motivation to win next year against KD's Thunder and one more against the Spurs in 2013. Number 4. Brooklyn Nets, 2014. After losing to the Mavs in 2011, LeBron's legacy was in question. So in the 2011-12 season, facing Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals meant a do-or-die situation for him. These conference finals would result in two things: Miami winning their first title with LeBron, and Celtics having to face the fact their once title-winning core was getting caught up by aging. Why are we bringing this up? Because the team who thought they'd benefit the most from it were the Brooklyn Nets, a brand new franchise who wanted to move on from its New Jersey days, led by its star players Deron Williams and Joe Johnson. Two of them paired with KG, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry were supposed to be the big threat in the East, but all they did was reach the semis and lose to the Heat. As these players were already past their prime, they naturally didn't stay together for much longer and didn't deliver any significant postseason success. On the other side, the picks exchanged with Boston ended up being Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, which is why the Nets front office was probably punching air this summer. Number 5. Oklahoma City Thunder, 2012 through 2017. When KD and Westbrook lost to Miami in 2012, everyone thought it was just a matter of time for them. Unfortunately, no one foresaw that the league would be soon flipped upside down by Steph Curry and the Warriors. After the 2012 NBA Finals, the biggest rivalry was supposed to be between KD and LeBron, without Curry anywhere near the big picture. However, things happened the way they happened, and OKC went from having one of the most talented young cores to losing James Harden to Houston as soon as the 2012 Finals were over. They'd reached the top of the West 2 more times, getting shut down in 2014 by the Spurs and the infamous 2016 against the Warriors, when Game 6 Clay was born, and KD decided to become the villain for a couple of years. What happened next was a vengeful series of triple-doubles by Westbrook, and it was never enough to bring OKC even near the NBA Finals again. Their current squad has the best chance of correcting the franchise's mistakes from the past, and right now, the OKC front office is in a great place when it comes to salary cap and number of picks available for trade. Number 6. LA Lakers, 2022. LeBron is called Le GM for a reason. We all know there isn't one front office move that happens without him having a say in it. And it's not like he was bad at it until he disbanded the Lakers championship team from 2020. The fans probably hate him to this day for it. You see, after the Lakers won the title in the bubble, they had a misfortunate series against the Suns in 2021, losing 4-2 in the very first round. LeBron's ego couldn't handle having such an early ending to the season, so he decided to rage quit the team and get everything changed. The Lakers lost KCP, Dwight Howard, McGee, Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma. Say what you want about Kuzma, he was a young potential at the time and was way better than Bronny could potentially end up being. Losing Caruso was stupid beyond belief, and it requires no explanation at all. So the next buddy for LeBron was none other than Russell Westbrook. We all know how that episode ended, which makes you question LeBron's ability to be a good teammate. At first, it sounds cool playing with one of the best to ever do it, but on the other hand, he's ready to dispose of you at the first sign of things not working out the way he planned. Anyways, the Lakers haven't been able to have similar success since. The Western Finals against Denver were no finals in a real sense of the word. They were a basketball slaughter. And now that JJ is coaching and Bronny is on the roster, good luck with chasing another Larry O'Brien trophy. Honorable mention, Philadelphia 76ers, 2014 and ongoing. How long does it take before we can actually say, is the process over? Or to be more honest, did the process fail? The 76ers have been dreaming of the NBA Finals since 2001, and Embiid was supposed to be the guy to take them there. We had Simmons and Fultz join the process, only to disappoint us shortly after. Harden tried as well, but it was nowhere near enough. Paul George is supposed to help Joel take that next step, but with the Celtics and Knicks looking sharp, it's not hard to feel for the Phillies fans. That's it for today, Hoop Fam. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments what team was the most disappointing in your opinion. Thank you for watching and growing this channel. Make sure you don't miss out on more NBA stories by hitting that subscribe button. See you in the next one.